Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Storms over Cerenar, the 36th session. Before the break, our heroes did some shopping, converted someone to a weird religion, and bought rotten fish. Oust had a talk to a god, so that was fun. And we are going to move on with the show. Oust and Torgen and Faust. As you kind of during the evening, you kind of get nestled in. Like the Lumite levitator has been brought aboard the Cry Nave and it's been secured with thick ropes and chains, like on the main deck. You kind of get in as Snick Snack kind of gives you all your sleeping spots. But whatever, like Nongo doesn't really show up in the evening. And as morning comes and you wake up, he's still not there.
Oh God, they've got him too.
How am I going to
tell this to? How am I going to tell this to Bjorn?
I mean, look, we've already found one strange elephant. I think finding a second one on a short notice might be a bit difficult.
Furo kind of sits up. His fur is all like from the bed. He has bed fur. Do you think he's in danger? And he like, from out of nowhere, he just has a dagger in his paw.
Goodness.
Look for machine on you.
We should probably go and have a look around just before we set off. What time are we embarking? Whose ship are we on? Wait, where am I? We're not on the right ship at the moment. Sure, we've got the time, probably.
This is a very intense mood for the morning. Look, if he's been gone for that long, either he's already dead long ago, or he's fine, okay? So calm down.
You're right, we should leave without him.
Fuck, guys! Whatever.
Maybe jumping to conclusion.
I'm sorry, there was nothing more that we could do.
Just for flavor, I'm going to put our screen on technical difficulties, because fuck you guys.
I shall go look for him. Do not let the ship leave without him. And Furo like goes out the door. As the door opens, you just begin. Like the levitator is surprisingly well isolated from sound. Outside, you can just hear the rain falling. As the skies has rolled in over Blimey Bay and of the clouds, and you hear Captain Southwest kind of crying orders. All right, make her ready, boys. Yes, cut those ropes, all tidy. That hedge isn't square, son. Got it square. Cut it. People are just shouting, and like it seems like the ship is getting ready to take off.
Shit. Oh, balls.
Furo is out the door.
Let's see. Has anybody got any way of communicating with him at long distances?
He's probably in the water park, right? I'll go check.
All right, you go check the water park. I'll
You know that he went shopping for.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. I'll check the wizard's tower, the storm mages.
The Weather Mages Guild. Yeah.
The Weather Mages Guild. That's it. Yes. I'll check over there. Captain, how long have we got until we cast off?
Yes, in the process, Oust. We'll be out of this city in a jiffy.
Okay, and the numerical value of a jiffy is...
5 minutes,
of course knows this, but... Right, good. If you could maybe, just bump that up a little bit. We're just waiting for Nongle. We don't really want to have to go back and get him.
Bump up the will. All right, guys, lean into it. We're getting out of here quicker. Come on.
No. Oh, fuck. I cast fly on myself and Torgen and go, Torgen, I know you hate this, but we need to go and get him. We need to go and find him right now. And I'm going
the geese. They're getting out. No.
The geese. I'm going to start zooming towards the Weather Mages frat house.
You arrive about at the same time as Furo does. Outside the Weather Mages Guild, like people are just sleeping in the street. People have just passed out.
Toilet paper off of trees and everything. Yeah.
Precisely. Inside, you just see a bunch of. It's just like a fucking frat house, and people are just completely collapsed where they stood. Where do they find Nongo?
I will be sleeping on the ceiling. I have my Cloak of Arachnidia attuned, and I'll be just passed on the ceiling, just hanging, like, just lying there.
I'll just lean over to Furrow and just say, in Cophonia there was this legend of a great Cophonian leader called Lionel Richie, who of course danced on the ceiling, which is kind of similar to this. Let's see.
Well,
I will.
Should I get him up 1 second? And I guess since Furo has a climb speed, he goes up to you and kind of shakes you awake. Monsieur Nongul, Monsieur Nongul, the ship, it is leaving now. It is leaving now, Monsieur.
I straighten myself out. Oh, very well, and I'll walk down with Furrow. Hey, Furrow, I've always really liked you, buddy. You're like one of my best friends.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just standing over Nongul like the Seymour Skinner thing where he just goes, pathetic. That's fine. It's like, unbelievable. And also, considering, I'm assuming there's just countless numbers of just hungover weather mages, I'm going to make as much noise as physically possible on the way out.
Oh, dude. Oh, fuck, dude. It's so loud, man.
What?
Keep it down. Someone is trying to kind of sleep here, bruh.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said as I just pull open a curtain. Just, I don't know what you're on about.
Everybody is just having a horrible time.
Actually, I'll just pull out the drift globe and just set it full daylight in the middle of the room and just follow me out.
Dick!
Wait out. Oh, fuck, man. What's up with the fucking narc over there, bruh? Yeah, get out. Like a beer can gets tossed at you.
Jesus Christ. You non-elves can't handle your fucking drink. And I'll just...
I'm half-elf. I resent that comment. Yeah, BPC, bruh.
Yeah, and half lightweight. Off you fuck. Well, it's... Yeah, I'll just keep going.
For you.
I'm sort of ushering Nongul out. I'm just like, come on. I'll try and cast like message just constantly to Torgun if Torgun didn't go towards the wall post going. We've got him. You can come back now. We definitely have him.
Somewhere in the water park, Tom is definitely standing in this swimwear. He's not fucking here.
You've just got a rubber ring round it. I can't find him.
As soon as Nongul wakes up, he gets like 20 messages from his ex. Just as his sending all of a sudden now activates.
Stop contacting me.
It's like ding 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 as you plug your phone in. It's like,
I'm blocking this casting. Don't contest me on this consciousness again.
You get back to the ship, flying over there. Let's get on it as it's leaving. You see as you go up on the as the ship kind of begins to leave the harbor. Up here on Gaptooth Bridge, you see a bunch of people kind of gather to wave goodbye to you. You see the admiral and Cephis and a bunch of the pirates. You see the pirate who told you to make Clamnock. Torgun, he's crying with like a handkerchief waving in the wind. As you're sent off into the west, as you see as you kind of get through Oldfin's teeth, and the rain kind of begins to take on. You're standing on the wet, slippery deck. You see all these gentlemanly pirates there, like big white puffy wigs, getting all wet in the rain. As they're kind of rigging the ship, as you get out of Old Flint's teeth, which is a very perilous passage to navigate in the ship, the wind picks up, and you see Captain Southwester kind of as he stops tying 7 geese together by the feet. He stands up. Quite so. All right then, Master Stevens, give it a whirl. And you see in the foremast, there's like a weather mage standing on a balcony, and he takes out like a big conch, a big shanka as he blows it, and you hear like the kind of sound as the mists ahead of you kind of unfurl, and you're being shown a passage ahead through the mess of the Costa.
Nongul throws up with the sound.
You're just hanging over the railing of the ship.
I'm trying to cast Lesser Restoration, but I just can't between vomiting.
At some point, I will go to Torgun and ask for the biggest stein of his nastiest eggnog. Clamnog.
Well, the whole rotten fish thing is going to take some time to get done, but I have a little bit of
just
that
dump it in.
going
I mean, it doesn't have to be ready. I just want something Something
Oh, yeah,
strong.
sure. Yeah, sure. Take that. Oh, by the way, while you're here, you should also take this. I don't know if you're into this, and I'll also hand you the peach wine.
Torgum, I love you and I want you to have my babies. Thank you very much. And I'll.
Maybe wait until we've had the drinks, but
Understandable. I mean, yeah.
And so I'm taking inspiration from that. That's beautiful. That was the most perfect fucking comeback.
I'll go over to Nongle and just go, don't look at it, just drink this. And I'll punch him the nastiest clam dog I can find.
This
Insight
recalls
check.
several flashbacks to yesterday, Nongo.
All right. I'll sign it back. Whatever. I for some reason I trust Ost right now.
It's clam dog. You're instantly drunk again.
Oh, great.
Well, that was either going to go one of two ways. Either you were going to completely void yourself, therefore dealing with the issue, or you were going to get back to status quo. So, you're welcome.
Get all out, man. You know, we have some coffee down here that's been brewing so long that it'll take a drunk man to sobriety out the other end into madness.
Captain, coffee on this ship. How dare you?
Yes, I know it's a barbarity, but... Well, you need to sober a man up quick. It's nothing like old Johnny's coffee. Get your back.
Well, yes, let's pump the gnome full of as much liquid as possible. And let's just hope, Nongle, that it's not too choppy.
I see. Well, you, young man, he points at you, Nongle. Right this way. We'll get you to the infirmary.
Where's my chicken? And I'll snap my fingers, and all of a sudden, giant nibbles will appear. There's
also
my
drunk.
chicken.
He's got frosted feathers.
Hello, Governor. As you take Nibbles downstairs to the infirmary, which is basically just like a very nice Victorian kind of bed chamber.
All right, I'll pull up my scroll of.
And there's an old man standing like in like a physician's uniform. The captain told me you were quite sick, master. Sorry, I didn't quite catch your name there.
Dongle.
Ah, yes, Master Ogden. Would you, no, lie down here and we'll figure out a way to cure what ails him. And then, like, just a montage of leeches and electric eels that you have to hold and
Jesus.
a bunch of coffee.
This
As
is
you
a
just go
horrible
into-
hangover cure.
Just drilling a hole into his head to just...
Take me back to the dwarf. I'll even drink clam dog, please.
Now, keep quiet. I'm concentrating on the trepanation. As you are slowly but steadily cured of your hangover, what is Faust doing in this up on the ship? Are you at work on something within? Like, you spent some time yesterday looking around the levitator and got introduced to it by Snick Snack, who's also here now. And you saw that they have a pretty decent workshop in here. Because you can have most of the tools you'll need to build stuff if you want to build it yourself.
We're equipped, see that.
Yep.
Let's look around a little bit. Your snake snack. I think we will see each other more often in the future.
Well, as long as you keep the sorting rules in here, everything is labeled. Like 1-inch nails here, 2-inch nails here, etc., etc. Just don't mix up my system to do whatever you want.
I just do it. Yeah, that's fine.
See here, I made outlines around the
Go
tools
to
and
the-
the wall so you know where it goes.
Yeah. Let's go to have ground rules and fruitful relationship. Knowing where the other person stands and knowing what's rules and wishes the other and limits and how far you should take or not take things.
You're right. Well, how many projects you working on?
Currently not, but I can definitely see if the crew needs something. think I should spend some time getting to know them. We will have, I think, a long relationship with each other. Just getting to know them might be good.
Well, if you're not getting killed, I think that's very true. Well,
Can you tell me something about them? Just generally.
well, Bjorn, and he points at Bjorn, who's just snoring after getting passed out drunk yesterday as well.
The
He's a
big-
real softy, honestly. He's a good lad. But he has some anger issues. Something with this. He has like his great grandpappy is some kind of big man for the Northmen. I think he has some kind of destiny that needs to be fulfilled, which is why we're going up north. He got a big horn from like a godly creature or something. So this is why we're going this way. Oust, the high elf, he's a bit of a bit of a high-flouting, fancy pants gentleman. You know, he's alright. Like he drinks with the rest of us. He's alright. Well, can't really. Yeah, it's like he kind of pushes people away a little bit to distance himself from him. I don't know. He might have something dark inside of him. That's just my guess, though. Longo is my nephew. Good lad, good kid. Never knew he was Pappy. I think that might have messed him up a little bit. One of the only wizards of all nomads here. But now he's not a wizard anymore, I guess, technically or officially, after he became a wanted fugitive of the conventicle, which is why we're trying to keep safe, kind of keep our head below deck.
I see, yeah.
And then Torben has some kind of shadow monster living inside of him. I don't know what's up with that.
I see, okay. Let me take a look at... thank you for information. Is there anything I can do for
Oh, and
you?
Gao up here. Gao isn't that smart. But stupid is, stupid does. Gao does pretty good things.
Well, you
Forest
seem to be very smart, yes.
Hello, Master Faust. Are you looking for anything in here? I know where the
No,
3-inch nails are.
Or just a little bit, maybe a place where Gretchen can be on standby. Please, be respectful to the lady.
Okay.
Let's see where the group is. I will look for the party members. Who is the closest currently? Who doesn't seem to be too busy?
If you go outside, I think, unless you guys want to do anything else, Torgen and Oust is probably at the main deck in the rain.
Names. It was for the dwarf. Torgen. Was it right?
Yeah, Tom, that's right.
Torgen, right. And for the elf, it was Oust.
Yes.
Right. You have been spending some time here already? How long? I'm trying currently to do a little bit of small talk. We might have been getting on the wrong foot. My story still creeped us children out. But I thought that because you all seem mature enough that you might be interested in getting a deeper view in a lot of things. How I see things. Where I'm coming from my beliefs. But yeah,
Slightly backhanded compliment, but yes, thank you. I think it's a thank you, isn't it, Torgen? Is that a thank you? It seems like a thank you, but then
I
also
think
like not a
that
thank you.
seems right. It's a little
Okay.
bit convoluted. I think there was a thank you somewhere in there.
it was, yes.
Yes, small talk, fantastic. All about it, love it.
Yeah, that is how you get to know people. Just a little bit of talking and getting to know each other can go a long way in a good relationship. To know someone, to know their inner workings, and sometimes even know the innards. I've seen my fair share of innards and blood in my time, so I have been very intimate in the inner workings, literally and figuratively, with people.
Well, I think I can speak for everyone when I say I hope you don't get to see any of our innards, right, Mouse?
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. In the end,
My
all of us
camera's
look
just gone.
kind of similar, and some have bigger or smaller organs. But the innards are the most unbiased reflection of a person, I would say. There's no ugly or there's no beautiful. There's just you and what makes you live and breathe. It's much better than seeing someone waste away on the outside.
Well, for a little bit of context, because I think maybe I should, since we're kind of talking about each other, my whole thing, my body, my innards, I guess, it's kind of all new. I was dead for a long time, and these folks kind of brought me back from that. That's why I'm here. So I'm still getting acquainted with the whole thing of being alive. So all this talk of death and guts and blood, and hopefully none of that. It's not really my thing. I'm hoping to stay alive.
Yeah, a lot of people would prefer the path of the living other than the dead, but do not fear the dead, because in death you will not be suffering much longer.
I strongly disagree about that statement. I suffered a lot.
Well, it depends
in
where.
death.
It depends where your soul will go. While we're at it, are you still not interested in hearing more of the Twitching Council? There will be no suffering in the death there.
We kind of made a little bit of a, I think, binding deal with some of the people in charge while I was being kept, so to say. So I think maybe that's not quite gonna work. But let's see. I'm curious to hear more at least. But I think I'm good for the time being at least.
Okay. The conversation, I think, looking at you, you seem to be uncomfortable. Are there other topics that would bring a better flow in our relationship? I tend to get very heavy, from what I'm told. But maybe we should talk about something makes people happy, like their favorite color, favorite drink, or favorite food. At least that is what I've heard.
Morgan, you've spent a long time with some of the most socially awkward people you ever met in hell. This guy, you kind of know how these people work, like, or at least, I don't think Faust is too unfamiliar to you in this regard. But still, maybe a bit weird to see it up here.
I smile. My most friendly smile.
Right.
Alce has been made so awkward in the last minute that he's just completely gone blank-faced, and now he's only just come back.
I think I agree with one of the things you said. It's a good way to get to know someone by doing or talking about something they care about, and what better way than over a drink? I'll kind of clop down a bit of the alcohol that I brought from town.
I have my own stash of bottles. I do have a preference. And
What kind of booze does Faust fetch?
I have in my inventory, let me just check because I spent a lot of gold on that. That is, I have 50 gold of fire whiskey and bourbon in like 5 bottles worth. That's each 10 gold.
Well,
There's a few things that I spend my money on, the worldly pleasures. Otherwise, I do turn away from that. There are more important things. And as a man of the cloth and of belief, you do have to say goodbye to a lot of pleasures of the flesh. But a good whiskey does lighten up the burden that we have to bear every day, the suffering.
I mean, hey, by the looks of it, you seem to have good taste in alcohol at least. I mean, if you're ever interested in lifting some of the less depressing burdens of everything, I'm certainly down to share a drink. That's something I can understand.
excuse me, monsieur, is that fine brandy I see there?
It's a fine one. It's limited. I have some stash here, but I'm willing to share for good friendship's sake, for fruitful future. How about it?
Yes, well, that was the wrong voice. We will, I will gladly do your company. It seems like a long voyage ahead of us, and the Moshinango is down at the physician to get fixed up, so maybe I shall join you for a glass, perhaps. Have I ever told you about the time me and my comrade knights had to infiltrate a Shadow Elf fortress in order to get a hostage saved?
Goodness.
Risking your life for the sake of another is quite
is,
heroic.
A matter of honor, monsieur.
Yeah, that is what people do, right? Do things for the loved ones, for honor, for the right
Usually
thing.
the people
I mean,
toil the fields or do the work.
Yeah.
It is the job of a knight to lift the blade. In defense
yeah.
of the royal family, of course.
Duty. What a lot
Oui.
of people say.
Duty and honor. Well, it all started with this big horse, okay? And then, as you begin, I guess you spend some time drinking, getting to know each other. I want to. I just wanted to tell you what is going to happen on this trip, so you can basically do with that information as you wish. The trip is. It is 360 miles to New Wrath, and with that running all night, it is that is specific. That is exactly 10 days it will take the Crynave to get there. So whatever. So basically, you have 10 days of downtime. If you want to do anything, any scenes with each other, you're more than welcome to do that. But that will give you 20 downtime rolls of doing something.
Okay.
So the way I will do it basically is that we can just go through the list, and we'll do 5 of those, 5 of those downtime rolls in a row, and then we'll kind of go from there. How does that sound?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Well,
Right.
I'll take my first 2 days and scribe Demiplane and Disintegrate.
All right, so we'll start with Nongo. All right, the first 2 days you'll scribe these spells.
Yeah. So done. They're in my book. I spent the ink. I have no more spelling.
Did you buy exactly what you needed?
I bought
and
exactly
nothing
what.
more?
Well, we only had 2,000 GP, right? So
Right.
If you want to retroactively, you could have bought more in your Razor.
well, I don't have any spell books, so we're fine right now.
All right.
I guess we'll burn the bridge when we get to it, and I could probably.
Well, you could have
make
bought a spell book as well in the Weather Mages Guild.
with spells in it.
Not with spells in it, but
Okay,
if you're
then
running out
never
of room. I guess any kind of weather-ish spells, if you want that on the scrolls, you could buy those, like Gust of Wind, etc., etc. So the first 2 days. So you have 3 days of downtime less in the first round of downtime. That is 6 rolls. What do you want to spend the next 2.5 days on?
My
Or the next 1.5 days. So, all right. Are you getting help from Furo in
You know,
this?
can you go to someone else? I have to take this call.
Oh, sure. All right. Next up, anyone who already knows what they want to do?
I think I do, pretty much.
Alright.
I'm just reloading up the foundry. But basically, for at least half of it, I want to basically do the working out thing and work on my tough. And then as much from the other half as Nongol needs me, I'm happy to assist with his deciphering of the cipher. So I'm happy to do like 10 basically thingies, which would be the first 5 days really. Or yeah, if we're doing it in 5-day chunks, then I could just do 10 now, and then we'll just do the other half if that's good.
Go ahead and do that.
Cool.
Just roll the tough feat 10 times.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm just have to reopen everything. I have
Getting
no
your
idea
face
what happened to my
beaten
PC.
in
Yeah, it's basically just like Bjorn just fully like boot camp training me. So I will roll this 10 times. Just normally. There you go. Okay, that first one's a 25. That's fucking nice. 24.
That's really some good rolls. That's 2, 3.
That's 8. That's a less good one.
Another nat 20. Oh, Alex, you're
Okay.
coming in hot.
Oh my god. 12.
You're looking
That's,
extra bruised
5,
today.
6, 7, 8. Oh, there we go. 9 and 10. That
Go
puts
ahead to
me
those
at.
nat 20s and roll 2 more.
Oh damn!
So I just decided that nat 20s explode on downtime because
Cool. That's a 17 and a 23. I'm up.
Alright,
I'm up
so
to
you're-
30% done on tough.
Well, we're going to be spending a lot of time to get as tough as Bjorn, right? So
Yes. So I'm slowly just becoming more jacked. I suppose not jacked, but it's more just resilient. It's just kind of because I'm just like sinewy as hell at this point, rather than actually like muscly. Yeah.
perfect. Well, that's cool. You should train up
And I'll-
with. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll hold off on the next 10. Once Nongle's back, we'll work out how many he needs my help on, and then we'll anything else that's left over, I'll just do more tough.
Perfect. Faust, do you know what you're doing?
Well, I will look around if people need anything help first. Just some things. I just ask around. Now that I've spent some time with Ost and with Torgen, maybe I can see if I can spend some time with Noggle and Bjorn. Just getting to know them, getting better, doing some help. If they do not need help, there's one little thing that I do want to do just for myself. I noticed that Adversar don't get a shield spell. So if there's any way for me to learn a shield spell, I would like to modify the armor just so I can have the shield spell on my spell list.
I am going to. How do we going to rule this? I think a spell that is not in your spell list. Let's treat that as a proficiency.
Is it in Nongle's spellbook?
I have it in my spell, yeah.
Yeah, so
Good
Noggle can definitely help you learn it, but I will say that if you do your spellcasting modifier up to 300, because then it's just a proficiency. It's the same as being proficient in a skill because it's outside of your spell list. Otherwise, it would be half that price. So
So
it's
it's 300.
yeah, 300, and it uses your wisdom, your spellcasting modifier.
Ability check. It's an ability check, a skill check, a tool check.
It's an ability check, wisdom. So it's just your spellcasting ability.
Artificers are intelligence, right?
Yeah, but
No, I'm using wisdom.
Oh, okay.
someone stole your mechanics, Anton.
Curious.
Don't worry, let me through. I'm a doctor. Let me doctor. I'm through also.
So you can go ahead and roll the first 5 then, I guess.
Okay. Three, 4, 5. Okay.
Right. Seems like if you focus on this on the entire journey, you should be able to learn it, you think?
Yeah.
All right. So, in that case, Tormin, you were still learning the chef feat, weren't you?
Yes. I think during this trip, I imagine if there ever was a ship that has a lot of just random things in the cargo hold, this was the one. So I'll find some weird things to experiment with and perhaps try and branch out from the Clamnock. Perhaps just a little bit. I know that's heresy to say, but try to commandeer the kitchen perhaps and work on
It is the most British kitchen you've ever seen. Most of the food they make is either grey or brown. And yeah, maybe Alex. what
How
kind of food do
dare
they
you
make?
say something so controversial and yet so true?
You please, all right. You're a DM, Alex. You make up
Okay.
the chef and the kitchen now. Go.
Sure. Okay. So there is an Arga. It is just one big oven with two sort of entry things that is constantly on. It has kind of a chimney that goes all the way up to the top deck and kind of just sort of spirals off outside of the ship. There is a number of things, and again, they are predominantly beige. The only other thing in there is there is some beef. So there is probably enough stuff to make a beef Wellington. There's a selection of mushrooms. There's also a lot of just granules of different types. A lot of gravy-based dishes, and a lot of stuff just purely to make Yorkshire puddings, because they're fucking great. There's also just an inordinate amount of cans of beans. You can't move for cans of beans. They all say fines on them, just for promotional reasons. What else are you going to have in there? Let's see. Probably what do we have that just turns up in everything? A lot of potato. It's not really ours, but we stole it from the Irish. I guess
Peas.
Peas, a lot of peas. Shit ton of peas.
If you stole something from the Irish.
yeah. There's a lot of spices that they definitely didn't pay for.
Just stolen from them.
And there's enough stuff to make like a load of other like really worldly dishes, but in the most bland and sort of least unflavorful way possible. So like, let's make this incredibly rich, delicate meal from the far-flung reaches of the world, but let's make it just like essentially just beige.
Who's the chef?
So there's a lot of that. The chef is a man who is about 5'5", is bald, just completely bald on top, but with long hair. Only wears a very stained vest, which kind of like hangs over like a half apron. Who talks in a very kind of gruff Cockney accent. And he constantly has just a pipe in. Yeah, and every now and again, some of the ash drops into the big vat of like gruel that he's making for the crew, and he just kind of mixes it in. He's like, "What? What do you fucking want then?"
All right, I'll let you roleplay this guy. That's perfect.
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of food-related things and not actually a lot of drinks. I was more hoping to learn how to make some alcoholic beverages and just fluids in general.
Oh, you want some fucking drinks? Right, fine. Alright, here we go. He kind of just opens up a drinks globe. He's like, right, what do you want? We got fucking Drambuie here, Cointreau, triple sec.
But no, I want to learn how to make it. I mean, I'll take a drink, but I want to make drinks.
Oh shit! Well, come through me, and he kind of opens these double doors, a bit like saloon doors, and there's just two big fucking vats in here. It's like, right, if you smell, if you begin to feel lightheaded, maybe just fuck off out of there for 5 minutes and catch your breath. Right. So what we're gonna do is
should you really be smoking in here? I mean, I'm not exactly. You know what? No, sorry, never mind.
It's alright, Chief, I can smoke them, I just can't relight them. Right, and he goes, right, we're going to make some brown ale here, or we've got normal ale. The difference is completely incomprehensible to everybody, including me, but apparently there is a difference. We've also got, this is a snake bite. Essentially what you do is you put fruit juice in cider. In fact, that's more of a mixed drink. It's kind of a commoner's cocktail, I like to think of it. What else have we got? We've got this, that's an incredibly cheap variant of an additional cheaper variant of something else. So like Prosecco, then goes to Lambrini, and then Lambruccini. So we got some of that in there, which we can also add in. You got your various hops and herbs. We got a gin distillery over there. That's you can basically put what you fucking want in gin. It's gin. Where do you want to fucking start, Chief?
How the fuck did you fit all this on the ship? And also, why does this room take up way more than the actual kitchen proper? It doesn't seem practical at all.
You ain't met us before, have you, Chief? Nothing's practical in this country. Right. He goes,
let's just start fucking anyway. I understood about half the words you said, so let's just start anywhere at all. I have
sorry,
quite
I can only comprehend half of it.
That's fucking insane. Every once in a while, as he talks, like you get like a smash cut until him just chopping, as this has become a Guy Ritchie movie somehow.
Yeah, he just chops up a line of white powder and just fucking huffs the lot. He's like, right, here we fucking go.
Just corrupted magicide straight into his brain.
No, Roar, that's
Two
okay.
other burly-looking chefs come in halfway through and looking very imposing. He's like, all right, which one of you ladies wants to dance? Stops you for a whole half an hour whilst he has a fight with them and comes back to it. And he's like, right, okay, so What do you want? You want Clam Nog Plus? Is that what we're dealing with here? Extra
That
strength, triple XL?
that sounds proper good. Yes, I'll have some of that. I mean, this is only the second pirate ship I've actually tried to learn anything on, and I think what I'm taking away from this so far is that they're all fucking batshit insane, and I love it.
Bless your fucking heart, bless your heart. Right, anyway, so what we're going to do, the secret ingredient here is crime. This is a lot of stolen gunpowder, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a little tiny bit in your fucking, your Clam Nog, just to make that extra kick, if you know what I mean. And then we're going to ferment it for just a slightly longer amount of time than we normally do, if that's all right with you.
As you're talking, like a bell goes on, and you see like there's a big kind of almost like ventilation shaft, and you just hear a scrabbling of paws as the 3 corgis run down and just sit very nicely in front of like kind of a door that you can open, and it's definitely feeding time for these corgis.
Oh, fucking hell, right. You do with that gunpowder and all that kind of stuff, as goes, and I mean this very seriously. Please do not put too much in there. I'm talking maybe like no more than 1 kilo per vet, alright? Alright?
I'm really not that good with numbers. I'm just gonna experiment a bit. I'm sure it's fine.
You're a bit of a brothel before, right? Just 2 big handfuls of it, alright? Just dump him in there, alright? Now, I'll be right back. He just kind of goes to a sort of essentially an ice box, pulls out 2 of the just biggest, deadest rats you've seen, and just starts just hacking them up on a table. It's like, for fucking hell. Until I basically just mince, right? Now, the secret ingredient here, a little bit of spice, just a little bit, but not too much. We don't want to go overboard here. Kind of sprinkles it on top. There we go. Salt.
It's fucking cheap.
Oh, dang.
I fucking love that.
Bits of meal, you know. Mealworms, actually surprisingly nutritious. A good source of protein. Bit of chips biscuit. Kind of mixes it all up. Bit of water. And then just kind of mix it up in this bowl, and then just kind of just essentially slops it into these 3 bowls. And the corgi goes tapping on it.
You're serving a chopped rat, mealworms, and mayonnaise and spit? Is that what
Not mayonnaise, just mealworms.
Oh, I thought you said mayonnaise, which would have been pretty British as well, I would say.
Not that Belgian rubbish. No. With tomato sauce. There you go. Get in there. Maybe some curry sauce and some gravy.
Go ahead.
Tomato sauce just for the umami flavor.
Go ahead and take an inspiration, Alex. That was very
Holy
good.
shit.
Well done. Well done.
You fucking knocked that shit out of the park. And Torgen, I guess as you're getting help from Greg, the chef, is Greg the correct name?
It's got to be more. He's a Steve. There's no way he's not a Steve.
He's definitely a
Steve, short for Stephanie.
Yeah, it's short for Stephanie. Look, my father was a very feminine man, alright? Fucking leave it.
Shirley? Oh man, why is he not named Shirley?
Go ahead and make 5 chefs. How do the rolls with advantage, please?
That whole bit's just, I've almost forgot what the entire purpose was.
I went off the reservation on that one.
That was amazing.
That was fucking brilliant.
No, you were dead on the reservation there, buddy.
I had to tap into a deep national consciousness that I never thought I could.
I'm very thankful about this.
When did Storm's Over Cerenar turn into a Guy Ritchie movie is what I want to know. That's all.
So, sorry, how many rolls was I doing? 5?
5. One more.
Lock, stock, and 2 smoking Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, that was a bunch. You went from 10 to 28% right there.
God damn, that was some good rolls.
Yeah, damn.
Talking is just bonding with all these fucking insane chefs from these pirate ships.
All right. What is all right? Faust did your stuff, Faust. Noggle, you had the first 2 days, so you have
Yeah, I had 16 hours for Demiplane and then 12 hours for Disintegrate. So
that means you have 16 rolls left for the trip. You can take 6 of them now.
6 of them now. All right, I'll do my bookmark.
Are you getting Furo's help with this? You get advantage on it because he knows Sylvan.
I'll fucking take it. 6 rolls?
Yeah.
That's it.
You did it at 5. All right, so that means you have one roll left. You can do that on something else if you want to.
Oh, I'll do some door research.
All right. All right. So, as you sit down, you spend like a good 2.5 days kind of cracking this cipher with Furo. Like you're going all batshit with this kind of putting up. It's a very hard thing to crack. Like parts of the Sylvan language, but the vocals are shifted out with like some kind of weird celestial script. So it is very difficult to figure out. You think you have the cipher done now?
Okay.
And you could take a day to sit down and write it out, and then read it if you want to.
Oh, can I take back that door check then and use that?
No. I'll let you do that. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah, then
during the other
definitely.
roll. So,
yeah.
so the last day, like when you have the cipher, you sit down and you write it out. I guess on another paper on or something else.
Oh.
This is a. I'm going to put down some magical music again.
Ooh.
This is. It seems like it's some kind of a story. It's some like it's not a diary or a journal, as much it is someone's recollections or like their autobiography. You're not sure who the author is. It is written in the first person, and it seems like you're like in the middle of something. Like, so there's a big part of whatever the story has been like that you're missing. So a lot of the things it's talking about is without context. It seems like it's like maybe one of the last chapters in a 30-chapter book, right?
Right, yeah.
It
Like
talks.
tuning in on the 4th season of a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You it talks about regret and fear. And it seems like this one person here refers to the Grove as a place where they used to lay down along with Hurin, Huireen, Hurin, as their partner. This Hurin is also referred to as the Shadowkai. As, like, he's either called, or they are either called Hurin or the Shadowkai said. This way. These two people have been working in tandem in order to stop something called the Convergence. And in order to do this, they tell about empowering a wizard named Arkan to do so.
Okay.
It seems like that Arkan, which either has the same name as the Wizard of Legend, or is this Wizard of Legend.
Yeah.
That they have
go with the later.
that they have given him the means to fight the Convergence and the threat from without. But it seems like at some point he went overboard and they needed to stop him. In the end, what they needed to do, it seems like that they kind of that they decide to stop him in the end. And when he is like he lives an unnaturally long life for a human at this point, and at the night of his 150th birthday, they manage, it seems, to imprison his soul and like kind of hide it away inside the Shadowfell somewhere.
Okay.
Because when they tried to stop him and killed him, it was like that. It is as, and I quote from the text here. It is as he has become something else, no longer a mere man. Or those who follow him, they empower him somehow. Instead of putting their faith in the gods, they put their faith in him. He has become one with the concept itself of magic and order. Left to his own devices, he will be too dangerous. And the life force that he has taken across the plains, I fear he will consume everything if he's not stopped. Now he rests. We have put him underneath the Ebon Temple, the mountains of solitude in the Shadowfell.
Mountains of Solitude?
Within the Shadowfell. He is... We cannot separate him completely from the outside world, as he has somehow become part of it, in his very being. We can stop him from inserting influence. The High King helped us with the powers within the Nether, the Ebon Crown. We've made a tomb of runes and bone and dark magic. And I fear that Shireen will never quite be himself again after what we had to do.
Is there any more information on this king?
What?
On this king?
The king of the dwarves. When they reference the Ebon Crown, that is the same crown that the gnome talked about. The one that was recovered before the Sundering War. Which they recovered it probably roughly they recovered it roughly 2,000 years after Arkin died. Or supposedly died.
So they recovered this from... So the dwarves of the Ebon Crown recovered his...
No.
Arkin's...
So the Low King of the Dwarves helped Shireen and this the author that lives in the grove. The Low King of the Dwarves helped them to forge they
forged
tomb.
they forged the runes of bone.
A tomb of runes, bone, and dark magic.
Okay,
He's resting underneath the mountains of solitude within the Shadowfell.
Okay.
You don't know if this is related to the Ebon Crown going missing later on? But it was somehow involved in sealing Arkin's ascent to what could be divinity.
So this guy was trying to basically ascend. And
you don't think he tried to.
I think he did, but then someone stopped him.
If what this diary here or journal here says is true, then he didn't try to do it. He just became that because people stopped believing in gods and put their faith in him instead.
Right.
And because he became the symbol of magic and arcana and order and
And then
material
whoever's
plane,
running this
basically.
and the Shadow Kai that they're with,
Yeah.
they're the ones that created his prison
Yeah.
and buried him in the Shadowfell
Yeah.
under
Mountains of Solitude.
Mountains of Solitude and Shadowfell. Okay.
Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Not 20, 31.
Um,
I'm on fire tonight.
you know that the place you went to with the word of recall was called the Grove of Murine.
Yeah.
So the place with the temple. This could be the same grove, as it is also connected to the manifest somehow.
Now, I know that scroll of Demiplane that I got was to take me back to that grove, but now that I've put it in my spell book, do I have the coordinates to go back there by casting the spell?
Yeah, you could also just cast Word of Recall, you think.
Oh, okay, cool.
But Demiplane might be a way out of there without.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Time
go.
Mongol
I didn't.
helping you.
Yeah. I didn't want to. That's why I wanted Demiplane to get back, right?
But you can do the Demiplane scroll. You have the door, which could infuse it as like basically a portal from that door into that grove. If you're not correct, which is the second thing you get from this nat 20, I guess.
Okay, so I just need a little bit more research from the door, and then we can start fucking around with the grove. Then.
Another thing, you all saw when you were in hell, you all saw something with each other. When Theus had to go through his, it was another person. It was another person's hell that he was going through.
Right.
And the person talking to this other person that Theus in Theus's, or the other person that is substituted Theus's hell, they talk to each other, calling each other Hurine and Murine, stopping each other from the convergence as like a big kind of world-eating tornado was coming down on the world. And they talked about how they failed.
All right.
So Theus somehow had something to do with this Marine person. Or Murine, yeah.
Okay. Just making some
All
notes
right.
here. So Marine and Hurine could be the.
Have you told Noggle about your talk to the maiden?
Very briefly, as in, like, I just went, oh, just talk to a god. That's about it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'd say, if either of you were to talk to each other, you would also make the connection that the maiden told you that divinity is not something you become, it's something that you become a part of something that is already there.
Yeah, you begin to embody a concept rather than the concept you become the concept.
Yeah,
You become like a figure. You become a figurehead rather than the actual. Yeah.
I'll run this by to everyone, like over dinner or whatever. Tell them kind of what happened. Aiming it more directly towards Bjorn, Torgen, and Oss. But of course, I'm not saying Foss can't listen, but I'm not like, I don't know if he'd understand any of this. But if he does pick up on anything, please interject. But yeah, seems like my book used to be a journal of some sort. So I found pages of someone named Maureen and Horeen, and that could be someone that I believe that that Theus was speaking of. That they were
Well,
going
he
to find
did
him.
speak a lot about The person named Pandora. Don't know if she has any other name that you are aware of.
No, I don't. Well, it was always so cryptic, right? There's so many names, faceless ones, and everything. I mean, what someone's called isn't necessarily what their name is.
Did old man Connivale?
That's true.
He went through what his adventuring party was composed of, right? It was the Low King, and then it was some other people. It was him, the Low King, his wife. So old man Connivale, and then it was some other people. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do we know if it was 2 people? Whether that's these.
One of them, you remember, was an Eldarin.
So it could be one of these guys. Could be Cerenar Marine. Okay.
And if Urine had the grove, which you know, Nongle, is within somehow within the Feywild, or connected to it.
Or the Shadow Fae, I'm assuming now.
Yeah, and if Urine is a Shadow Kai, it wouldn't be weird to assume that Urine was is an Eldarin.
Well, if I go to the Grove of Marine and maybe talk to future Nongle, he might know more. But
Future Nongle sacrificed himself getting you out of there.
He did.
well, maybe there's some way I can contact him if I'm there.
You can try at least.
Well, yeah. Figure something out. Contact other plane.
What are you thinking about this, Torgen? I don't know how Torgen reacts to this. He might just be pissed from cheating out with Steve.
He's all high. Chewing on his lip. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry.
Yeah, it's
I think Torgen is most curious about there's been a lot of references to the Ebon Crown lately and trying to understand how it all ties together. And also just a question to be clear, the Ebon Crown is currently in the possession of the Low King, right?
Yes.
It's not currently missing, yeah, okay.
We're sailing the wrong way for that one.
Well, we can kind of go round and about. You know, we're going through New Wrath, and then we're going up to the tree, and then we can kind of come back down. You know, dwarf territory is kind of the back end of California.
Well, I can get us back to Blimey Bay quickly with this spell that I picked up. It will bring us unconventional insight, but it doesn't much matter.
When you know that there is a complex network of tunnels underneath the Great Rim Mountains.
Yeah, that was the one that kind of
and most of Cerenar. So, if you wanted to get to Himdural, where the Low King is, there might be a way to go there underneath the Great Rim Mountains.
Well, if we're going to New Wrath and then to the tree, we could just sail right back and then to maybe to Ostia or something and get there a little quicker.
Was it specifically the dwarven holds that are connected via these tunnels, or was it more like the underground in general that can lead there?
But you know that New Wrath is also a dwarven hold. The New Wrath is specifically the largest dwarven hold that is not within a mountain. One of the greatest concentration of dwarves in the world live under New Wrath, or New Wrathabad, as it's called.
How many of those dwarves are from hell?
Probably only one if Torgen visits.
That's right. They
Also
may have a lot of dwarves, but we have the only hell dwarf. Hell dwarf. Metal!
Strange subrace of dwarves, but very metal. But question, am I remembering correctly that Connivale had given a letter of introduction to the Low King? Because he...
Yes.
Yes.
You have that in your pocket right now.
I mean, I must say I am quite curious about how all this ties together, especially with what has happened with Theus. I mean, the Conquering Dark, this Ebon Crown, and this Lord of Many Masks is connected somehow, and I'm curious if there's any way we can get to the bottom of that. But I understand that there's quite a lot going on right now. I'm not entirely sure what our priorities are. I mean, we're in this together, as the way I see it. So one way or another, we need to sort a lot of things out, don't we?
You know that Bjorn wants to talk to the king of Rethuria and New Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing about
That's
the
where we're going
south,
regardless, right?
yeah. The whole thing about the south is that everyone is mustering up for a war against the north right now. In the ultimate effort to kind of carry on Arkan's legacy and kill the Norse gods, right? So, New Wrath might be a good place to start with figuring out A, how dangerous is Cerenar right now to travel through, and B, if you're going up north, how can you get there unseen or in low profile at least? Because right now your end destination is up here, and if the Battles and Sea is a battleground between the north and the south right now, that would probably be a bad way to go. So sailing might be too difficult as it is right now. So you need to find either an overland or underland route to go there.
I mean, if nothing else,
Or somehow cheat and get there quicker in another way.
if nothing else, Himdora might be the right direction if we're trying to get there unseen underground. It also raises the question of all of, I guess, me as well, all of you guys are wondered. What exactly are we going to do when we get to New Wrath?
I follow Bjorn's lead. Really, he needs to go there. Protect the barbarian.
Yes. We will all go to New Wrath. I'm sure my friend, the Amber Lord, he can give us an audience with this King of New Wrath. He's called the King of Compromise.
He is a benevolent leader, but I think he wants to avoid this war as much as we do. Having his ear, maybe just for a few minutes, might make the difference we need. Or at least get us out of New Wrath without getting detected by the others.
Sounds like a good start, at least, I think.
Ah, yes, the conventicle, it is powerful, Bjorn says. But a crown, that bears real power. And if he is as honorable as they say, then I'm sure King Baldwin will help us. Or King Michael will help us.
Seems good enough for me. So it's just a question of getting in there. Getting to him is the issue. We'll work out everything else about that. Well, no, I mean, because we have to get past him, get past everybody else first. They might be trying to stop us from getting to him.
Yeah, where in the city will we find this Ember Lords? He was the one you said that could introduce us, right?
Well,
We have
the
means
Amber
to
Lord.
contact him.
The Amber Lord we can contact. I'm very sure of that. But getting into the city, maybe that is something we should talk to the captain about. Because we are in a pirate ship going into the largest city in the world.
Do we know whether there's a Sophice in New Wrath?
Yes, there is.
Probably.
Yeah, you have seen a Sophice in the...
Because that absolutely sounds like it's our way into the city, if we can. Let's talk to the captain, and then also I'll see if I can reach out to one of our Sophice contacts. Also, see if we can slip in unannounced or unnoticed.
Yes. I will continue studying history with the captain. He is a very wise man. He knows about many things. Did you know he have invited us all to his estate in Esterfeld? If we kill his brother, we can come and live there as much as we want.
Oh goodness.
Place to visit when we have time, I suppose.
Yes. Well,
Whereabouts is that on the map? Just out of interest.
Esterfeld? Here. Apparently his brother got the... I'll show you the real Rethuria map if I can find it here.
Overland Fury.
Yeah. apparently, Captain Southwestershire, he was first in line to the county of Corswood. It's the largest tree manufacturing place in Esterfeld, the heart of Returian industry. There are big shipwrights in there, building large ships for the kingdom. But apparently his parents didn't like him that much, so they made his brother the heir of the county, and he stole a ship and became a pirate to show them.
And he wants this brother dead. Is that true?
Yes, so he can be the count that he was supposed to be. Wow. You know, in Maturia, they rule by blood. They do not rule by honor or by conquest, like a real kingdom.
You know, the fair captain has been kind to us. I think this may be a kindness in turn. I would not be opposed to put this brother out of his place.
Well,
Likewise.
getting the cry knave through the New Wrath Strait will be one thing. Another thing will be to get into Fairwind, which is supposedly one of the largest naval bases in the Kingdom of Verturia. But sure, sounds like a fine fight, Bjorn says.
Why not?
Who says we have to go there by boat?
Any bit of duty. Let's get her done.
Also, if the captain came back and killed his brother, do you think the rest of the kingdom would just be fine with that?
His by right. You know, if we can find or perhaps fabricate evidence that might mean that perhaps his brother wasn't exactly the best leader possible, and that perhaps Captain Southwestershire was.
If the brother is not worthy, as you say, and we were supposed to be the one to have it, that seems only right, and I think we can figure something out.
But the question at hand isn't necessarily the rightful claim to the throne, to the seat of Fairwind, and we should probably concentrate on more pressing matters. The county seat, sorry. We should probably concentrate on the more pressing matters, which is getting into New Wrath, unseen, at least until we get to the throne room, or with an audience with the king himself.
Right.
Right. So,
Well, that was a lore dump. There you go, guys.
what just?
I'd love to hear it.
You really do.
So, you still have a bunch of downtime rolls left, I guess?
Yeah, we still got like half of it, right?
Yeah. You've spent 10. Nongla spent 10. Torgen? Do you want to do more chefing?
I do.
I mean, I feel like I have so much to learn. I mean, honestly, let's get back to it.
What's the next lesson of Steve?
Oh God. Let's see.
Go.
Yeah, and make up brewery scene. I imagine at this point, like, Steve has probably been like on the sly, just adding a load of stuff that just speeds up the fermentation process to the eggnog because he knows that the trip is only going to be like 10 days. And actually, like, he's probably spotted the rotting fish at some point. He goes, you know, the rotting fish is actually a natural fermenter, so maybe we can sprinkle that some out and we might be able to make this speed up a little bit. Now I will say that when you do boil this up, please do not drop it because it will probably explode. So you've heard of alchemist fire, right? This is kind of a smaller version of that by this point, but also quite delicious.
Sounds really nice, actually. I think I'll be more than happy about that. I mean, I wasn't really sure what the hell to do with this fish anyway, so...
You know lamb oil is very flammable, for example. This is like 10 times as much, at least.
The fact that you're comparing the beverage to lamb oil concerns me, but I'm interested.
Look, in times of need, you have to go to unconventional sources for fuels and such like. So, right, well, let's see. I mean, I guess that's kind of the we kind of just dealt with the mechanics so far in the strength. Is there any particular flavours you'd like to enhance in the clam milk itself?
I heard a lot about the captain was rambling a lot about nice teas. I mean, perhaps something along those lines. There could be.
Oh, you want an infusion? I see where we're going here. Very nice. Well, you see,
Clemnog.
there's actually a couple of different things we're confused with. There's natural herbs, perhaps some remedies. Perhaps you'd like to, take the edge off somewhat. Or what I particularly like doing is actually adding something, a bit more esoteric. Sometimes we put an old book in for a slightly, oaky flavour. Or sometimes I was putting an old boot in, just to really, let the levels sink in. Gives it a meatiness that you're not quite expecting just on the aftertaste.
Now, are you sure this is not just a case of running out of ingredients in the cargo and just finding random junk around? Because that's what it sounds like.
Mate,
I'm not against it.
You haven't been brewing very often, that's all this is.
Oh, I see.
Think of this as kind of freeform jazz. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some drums, etc. So,
Etc. The best ingredient.
Yeah, etc. is actually a plant in Nuref, or in the Refuria in general. It's a small white flowering plant that actually, in very high doses will just knock you dead. But in smaller amounts, it does give it, it's a fruitiness. It's your clam nog, because what you really want with the mixture of fish food and alcohol is fruit. Takes off the scurvy element. You know what I mean?
Honestly, it sounds like I might not even need proper food. I mean, it sounds like this beverage is kind of an all-in-one.
Now you're thinking, Mr. Torgan. Now you're thinking. Now, see, we're getting there. Right. Oh, that was a big
Time
one.
to fight again.
Yeah, he's like, right. Come on then, ladies.
How do you ever have time to actually make food? How does anything get done on this ship?
Stop asking me questions. Pick out that pen and knock that fucker out. And he just goes in and just headbutts this guy. It's the same two guys as last time. They just inexplicably turn up at least one day to have a fight. One of them looks
When they're done,
exactly
that
like
they-
Steve.
Yes. When they're done, they shake hands and leave.
Yeah, that's Dave.
Same
He's
time
my
next
brother.
day, Steve. Same time tomorrow, Steve.
You fucking know it. Right.
Right. It was a good right hook there.
He just sort of wipes blood on his apron. Just kind of wipes sweat off his face. Scratches his ass and then gets back to it.
I mean, hey, maybe add some of the blood to the brew. I mean, make use of what you have around, right?
Oh, gunpowder and blood. I like your thinking.
I already put the rotten fish in. Am I supposed to be? Is that just? Yeah, it's already in there. That's fine.
Well, we reach a critical decision in the brewing process at this point. Now, are we making this because we're talking about increasing the blood. Now, are we making this two separate brews? Maybe a blood brew and let's call it a bomb brew for the sake of this, or are we talking about one just really fuck your face off kind of brew?
I think all in one does actually sound kind of nice. I think I like the sound of that.
Fuck the face
You're a bad-
off. Craft
You're a
brew.
bad boy for making daddy wanna love you. Right then, right, Andy. He just goes, right, your blood or mine, chief.
I mean, you're already pretty fucked up, so I think that's fine. Just to get some of it in there.
He kind of takes his kind of chef's beret hat off, just kind of wrings it out. And then it's like,
Blood and sweat.
yeah, it's like, well, yeah. Waste not, want not, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Alright, well, now with the blood, actually, what you don't want to quite leave it as long because, I don't know if you've seen blood go off, but it ain't nice. Also, we are going to have to add a thinning agent to this now. Because
You're the
blood,
expert,
blood coagulates, doesn't it? So, what we're going to do is we're going to add more ethanol to it. Thinners, actually. So what I'm going to want you to do is run up to the top deck, and you'll see actually they're taking some paint off of one of the railings at the moment just to repaint it. Just nick a bottle of that, and we're just going to dump it straight in there.
Oh, right. The secret ingredients is crime, right? Yeah, I'll be right back.
The
That's
secret
fine.
ingredient is crime.
I could listen to you guys just talk about that for fucking hours.
Welcome to Storms Over Cerenar, the cooking channel. Do not try this at home.
So do I add the old boot now or later?
Right, here is what we're going to do. Overnight, we're gonna soak the boot in the paint thinner, just on a rolling boil, and then in the morning we're going to dump it in. Now, once we dump it in, you're going to want to run as far away to the other side of the room as possible because I don't know what's going to happen.
You know, I think the other boys are gonna fucking love this. They were big
Alright.
fans of the clam nog. They're gonna love this.
So they fucking should. Now, I will point out what we're going to want to do is you're going to want one of these. I'll just pass them a gas mask. Now,
Like a
it's going
full-on
to get it's going to get a bit wispy in here now.
21.
We're supposed to ingest this?
Where was that nobody's voice from above?
He's in good hands. He'll love it.
I don't know if it's the fumes, but I'm hearing voices.
All right, go ahead and give me 5 more rolls with advantage. This is fucking great.
Oh, my face hurts. Jesus.
Oh, that explodes, so you can do another one.
It better not explode. You'll take the
I
fucking shit
fucking
with
hope
it.
not. Back off.
Yeah, if you roll that one, it's going to explode. You do one more.
Okay, so one more.
All right.
How far off are you now?
43%. Yeah, learning a feat takes a long time compared to
Okay.
the other stuff. I guess you know the tough. You know, I think I'm really getting the hang of this, and it didn't actually explode. I was kind of expecting that, but
I'll say,
This is
Torgen,
good.
when you reach 400, you can also add proficiency to the chef's tools or the chef's supplies. Or whatever.
I half expected you to say poisonous supplies after the description
No.
I just read.
No, because chef's tools or whatever it's called. What is it called? It's called let's
Cooking
see.
utensils.
Cooking utensils. Yeah. Cook's utensils. Yeah, because it's basically it doesn't really matter if you're at that.
It's a bit of a fusion thing anyway. It's a bit of everything in one. So
So, thank you very much for that, Alex. That's great. All right.
Amazing.
I guess. What about Faust? Did you figure out what you wanted to do? You already did 5 rolls. Is that correct? Or did you do 10?
Yes. I do want to spend some time with the rest of the party, and I want to propose just a bonding session, maybe. Let's say a story time. I do have some, especially because I asked the party if, Nongel, and Bjorn, because I haven't talked with them. I'm just looking out, like, what are they currently doing, Nongel and Bjorn?
I think Nongel is working on the door, right, Nongel?
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm in a made-up, like, library almost, and I've just got notes and spell components in my book open, doing wizardly shit. I got a
Is there a
chicken
room
running
next to the
around,
workshop?
picking
Yeah.
up petals, and yeah, I'm ink everywhere.
I think
Well,
Bjorn is studying history with the captain.
of course, yes. Nongel and Bjorn, right?
Do you
We
just go
hadn't
get them?
have the
Or?
pleasure. No, I'm talking, like, I walk up to Nongel and Bjorn, we didn't have the pleasure yet, like, a good talk. I did have a talk with the rest of the party. This is what you do with a little bit of socializing, right?
Ah, yes. Socializing. That is very important. We did drink some alcohol the other day. I enjoyed that very much.
Yes, I still have some if you're interested.
I have this experimental clam nog that Tolkien told me to see if it killed me. I will try that.
I'll try that. Typical barbarian. Kills me, I'll get back up.
Always trying to see where your limits are, right?
Where's the nearest open flame to that experimental clam log right now?
Then within the Gnomish Levitator, I guess there's a bunch of candles within Noggel's study room.
It's all
Just within a 5-foot radius of the candles, I'd imagine the candles just kind of a little bit and then kind of die back down. Just even the vapors coming off of this.
Ah,
Snake Snack, he's family, right?
Yes,
He
uncle.
seems to be
actually.
nice of yours.
Good guy.
I also heard that you don't have the best relationship with the rest of your family, or are they missing in some ways?
No, I all gnomes are family in a sense. So it kind of drive me nuts, and that's why I went up to study in the tower to get away from the whole family dynamic. But even now, as an adventurer leaving the tower, guess what? Family's still sticking by me. So, well,
We can't really choose who our family is. And
you're here from
sometimes-
within the workshop. Respect your eldest, boy.
Shut up!
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to, well, deal with family in ways. Sometimes you want to get away from them and spend maybe you get a break from family and see to your own devices.
Well, I'm a
And
researcher. I'd rather do that than spend time with family. There's no production in it. I spent the
and
first 50 years of my life with family. That would almost put a human in its grave. It's enough time.
Yeah,
I don't know how long
it's-
Loxodons live for, but
we do live some time longer than most humans, yes.
I heard a rumor.
But
Do you ever forget
yes.
anything that you hear?
no, we never forget. And we have a hit list for it. We have a plan to kill everyone we meet because we never forget. That was a
Interesting.
joke,
You're
hopefully.
kind of terrifying. What about mice? Are you terrified of mice?
I don't like mice.
Yes,
No,
oh.
but I'm not terrified.
Oh. there you
Yeah, because we never forget. We do hold our grudges and we do think a lot about our past and our possible future. And, well, I hope my future with yours will be a fruitful one. And
And
there will be memories that we, that are happy to remember and that I don't regret to have in my good memory, yes.
great masters of the forge, too. I've heard legends of one called Peravado who forged a masterful weapon at one point in time.
It's some Roxons, because of our big statue, do choose to work with heavy metal. While I would say my big statue helps me lift things, my back is a little bit weak, and I do tend to leave the heavy lifting to my assistant Gretchen.
Good.
Anyways, I just want to ask, like, if you need anything, like I can do. I do have my ways of constructing and fabricating things. Otherwise, your group.
I'm adept with the magic that can create things as well. Perhaps we could create something together at some point. But right now, I'm
At some
focusing on strange things and trying to figure them out and solve puzzles. More of the arcane nature.
Yes, yes. No, what I want also to ask is the group here. Now that I'm part of it, just want to see if we could strengthen the unity. Is there a particular name that you call yourself by?
Oh yes, Nongle and his crew. No,
Nongle and his crew. Can I make an insight check just to see? if-
no. Yeah,
I like to think of them as devoted freaks.
I would
It
say
says also that.
yeah, that's a straight 10. You got a beat on your insight check there.
No, but I think
We don't have a
The
name.
group is-
We've been through so many different things. We haven't had time to really sit down and think of something. And when we do have time, we are busy in studies and research or whatnot.
Could you just give me a rundown of, like, I've seen the letters that Theus sent and I've read. So I heard some stories from the little kids, the young Tabaxi.
Yes.
You are quite a troublemaker, I would say.
Some would say so, I'm sure, yes.
Yeah. How about that? I do have a story to tell. I think a good, just to, maybe, turn up ideas for a party name. There's a particular story that I wanted to tell, which might be quite fitting if you can, like, take an evening for everyone to get together.
Well, perhaps at
I
supper
could
tonight
just-
we'll give you the floor and you could tell us your idea. Or your story.
All right.
Share it with us.
Yeah, it's a story, legend. But yeah, we can do this. I would be very happy to socialize. And I think it's good that I didn't talk about organs this time. Seemingly, Ost and Torgen were very, very awkward when I talked about organs. It's not a good topic to talk about, right?
And I have
I'm
some.
sorry. Yeah,
I have some research knowledge in the medical arts or whatnot. It doesn't turn my belly much.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time isolated with Gretchen, and well, she is a very lovely girl, and she doesn't really talk back much. So
You spent time with
I've kind
Theus
of
as well,
forgot.
did you not?
With Pandora and Furious, I've met them some time ago. They multiple times actually. I saw both versions of Fierce. Well, what you call Fierce. I knew the time when he was still called Antares.
Taurus, yes, I've heard that name as well.
Yes, and there was there when Pandora's soul was still there, and before she was lost. She was much more. She was a bright and a determined girl, and managed to turn the sour face of Antares into the more happy, well, pretend to be happy version of this.
Huh.
How women can change people. Strange, right?
Well, yes. I suppose never really had a long-term relationship. I think 70 years was my longest, but
Among us Lockstones, we do tend to do more platonic relationships. We do sad children, but it's a very platonic love that we share among us. But yeah, sometime, if you need anything, you can call on me and our party members. So we should share our worries and our problems and help out each other when it's necessary. But
absolutely.
yeah, the story.
Well,
Story.
I think we shot our best when we were in combat, outnumbered completely and ready to be decimated. So we all have our own certain abilities, and I think that Faust, I look forward to seeing what you can do. I've never seen your race in combat before, and you seem to be quite the, well, dabbler in some sort of magics. I'm interested to see what can happen when you put your trunk to it.
My trunk, yes.
GM begins to sweat, knowing not knowing Faust's AC build.
Okay. But yeah, is there, after I do my rolls for shield, is there some time where I can just get everyone together for a little bit of foul story time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. Go ahead and do the 5 rolls, and you can tell a story if you want to.
Okay, good. The story about a possible name and an old phrase. Well, first of all, this here. So 1,
That's some
Two.
good rolls.
3, 4, and 5. Right. Everyone get together. I think a little bit more bonding, a little bit less of a creepy story this time. My first one was maybe a little bit overdone for a first meeting.
Terrifying, but I enjoyed it nonetheless.
Yes, let me tell you another story about my people. Well, one that I picked up. It's a story about party names idea. Is everyone together? I tell Gretchen to hand out like a little. I will take a full bottle of my whiskey, like subtract that, and take a good drinking evening, where I will let Gretchen serve to anyone who wants to drink a little bit of finer, high quality, good alcohol.
So this animatronic, dull, kind of creepy girl robot walks around serving you alcohol.
Is that
Sit down, get
is
a
that
cup.
what's her face that does all the heavy lifting for you? What's her name again?
Yes, she is Gretchen.
Gretchen. Okay.
Well, she's not very strong herself, but she has some, like her hands and her ability to float. She can carry some things for me.
Nibbles will start pecking at
Anyways.
Gretchen.
It's dunk dunk. It's you like it's like a hollow sound of metal. Dunk dunk.
Nibbles, stop it, or I'll banish you back to your plane.
Okay, let's tell you a story about a word are of our people, past, present, and future. It's a tale about a group of individuals, of heroes with good intentions. Heroic party. But you see, those with good intention want to bring change to the world might cause unintended consequences, no matter how good the initial path was. Every time they want to do good, they brought extreme trouble upon those that they helped as a consequence. They saved the village from a pack of monsters, but by disrupting the local fauna, by eradicating every single one of the beasts that attacked the village, the ecosystem fell. It led to a widespread famine. Next, they saved a princess from a dragon, but the dragon was actually imprisoning the princess because she was possessed by an evil spirit. And by freeing her and slaying the dragon, they brought catastrophe to the prosperous city under the protection of the dragon. They then went on to overthrow an evil monarch, but this left a power vacuum, resulting anarchy and a military dictatorship. War led to the fall of the country, and so they walked along their path, never knowing what trouble they brought upon others. All of the things they did makes everything just worse. So a term was coined for them, the Beloved. But as history turned into stories, and stories turned into legends, the term became hated among those who rule, those who amass wealth unjustly, those who exploit, enslave, and those who make maliciousness their daily bread. And in turn, the word beloved became a symbol of the masses and of hope. And so the phrase, I can't be bothered, to not trouble others and oneself, became I can be bothered, to bring great change. So the moral of the story, those with good intention want to bring change. Well, the impact might not be felt in their lifetimes. And you want big changes to happen, you have to be drastic and cross. This change will often bring great suffering for the contemporaries, but the world, the future, will be thankful of us for their sacrifices. So this is the word, beloved, once meant those who bring extreme troubles onto each other. It became a term for those who bring great change and hope. This is my proposal from the stories I heard. This group seems to be quite beloved.
The story's pretty much bang on for us, that's for sure. We do constantly try to do the right thing, even though we're not successful all the time.
Still had a little bit too much focus on the whole suffering thing that you also told about the last time.
It's kind of my thing.
I'm starting to get the vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
But hey, I mean, this one at least isn't making me throw up.
But
my
this time it
drink,
had a
so
happy ending, you see.
No,
That's
just,
true.
It's just your drink that's making you throw up now, so.
Oh, I mean, that is good stuff. It's very nice.
This Knapnock is really good, says Bjorn.
Now that's the kind of results I like to see. We'll be making sure to bring some of that for the road.
Is there a shoelace in my drink?
No, this is my attention.
You should not be drinking that. He's the test dummy. Sorry, go on.
So, Faust, that was a really good story. I liked the killing part. So what do you
What's the proposal
suppose?
for the party?
So what name do you propose again?
The beloved, those who bring great extreme trouble onto each other, but also who bring great change and hope, though their impact might not be felt even in lifetimes.
The be
Cool.
bothered.
What do you guys say? The be bothered.
The bothered, the be bothered.
The beloved is so out of game. Beloved is actually an archaic English phrase, which means to bring great extreme trouble onto each other's.
You
Can
bother
actually-
somebody.
Yeah. It's an
I
actual word.
certainly much preferred it to more was it an uncle's crew, an uncle and his crew. It's a step in the right direction. I'll say
Nuggles
that.
nomads.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's okay.
it's good for the interim.
Right.
Well, it's good for the interim, but I think we should wait till maybe Bjorn is feeling a little bit more sober before we decide.
I'm very sober
Sure.
right now.
Yes, of course, Bjorn.
The way it was going, I thought it was going to be the unintentionals. But,
But yeah, that was really cool. Go ahead and take an inspiration for that story as well.
I actually look for the puppy names.
You have the
I want-
most fucking creepy way of playing this character. It's fucking great, but it's also unsettling in some ways. So
That's at least perfect. We're playing
Yeah, it's really
D&D,
fucking
We're allowed
great.
to do that.
The mental image of also just this creepy doll machine just walking around and handing out drinks during all of this.
Yeah, for the name I wanted to. I actually looked up some archaic words because like Faust likes to like use some very very obscure references. So I found the word beloved, which I thought I instantly liked just because it literally means bring extreme trouble onto each other.
so would we be the bothered or the botherers?
No,
We're kind of
beloved.
both.
It's funny
Yeah.
that we went from Guy Ritchie to Tim Burton so quickly.
Edward fucking Scissorhands.
I mean, it would be nice to actually have a proper name. I mean, I was a bit surprised that you folks didn't have one to begin with. I mean, from the
We were
stories you
too
told,
busy.
We've been busy.
We've been running for our lives.
I
There
understand.
we go.
but
They've been busied.
I'm just saying it's a bad idea to let outside sources be the ones to name you. In your stories, you kept talking about being called both Maledictus or something. It's not doesn't have a nice ring to it. I think a proper name might be time.
right now, what the external world is calling you is the
criminals.
what is it called? The wanted. It's not heretic. What is it? I call.
Well, that is
wizards.
Maledictus, right?
Yeah, it's Maledictus or a. Let me just check here.
That gift, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a heretic or a something like that, right? I don't remember what they call it. Renegade, yeah, the renegade wizard Noggle and his companions is what they're calling you.
Shit, so the Nongle's crew is actually what would be.
I
Well,
also
Conventicle's
proposed-
after us because of me, so yeah.
I propose that phrase also because it strikes fear among those with power. Because they do not like the moral of the story is often the fall of the mighty by those, well, that bring chaos.
The bee renegades. I like that.
I feel like it's getting worse. I love the ideas, but I think Force is at least on a better track. That's all I'm saying.
How about the employment seekers?
It's getting even more worse.
Sorry, I ate the shoelace.
That drink was full of. Stick to the whiskey.
C pops around the door. I ain't fucking done yet, right?
Come here, puppy.
Perfect. Let's get the downtime.
Thank you for
Going.
listening.
You did. So you're all at 10 now. Is that correct?
No, Nongle needs to make his roll still.
No, you made. How many rolls did you make, Noggle?
I made.
You made 10 rolls, right?
I made for the bookmark. I haven't done my second round yet. I did the spell scribing the bookmark. Right?
Yeah, so that's 2 days, and then and the bookmark. How many rolls did you do? Wasn't that? I'll just check
I did
to
6.
see. 6, and then you got 1 on the door as well.
1 on the doors.
So that's 7. That's
10.
yeah, and then 2.5
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's
for
10
the
because
for the
two
scribing.
groups.
So you're all at 10 at this point.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So Oust, do you just want to do the real? By the way, I did a calculation wrong. So you have 2 more days, which is 4 more rolls.
Okay.
So you have 14 rolls left each.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing the same thing. Like,
Go ahead and
Oscar,
it depends.
Os, you said you were making a demi-plane, right?
I have a demi-plane. Yeah, so like the demi-plane I can just cast once a day.
Okay. Do you have a
standard.
specific demi-plane?
I have the Verdant Vault, which is what I create,
Do you want to
which is just basically.
Would you mind giving Nongo the coordinates to it, so when I cast demi-plane, I can go there as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Is
Okay.
that something that would that take a downtime, or is that just
No,
a?
it's just
No,
automatic
you just
casting as long as
cast
I'm
the
familiar.
cast the spell.
And
Oh,
then-
yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Like the Verdant Vault, I'm assuming to be basically like our kind of our like
Base.
command center.
Okay,
Is-
but I'm
yeah,
gonna have
it's
a
kinda what
sub
I've-
base, and that's gonna be where I send Nibbles when he's banished, and it's gonna be just a demi-plane full of rocks, and I'll give you the
Yep.
coordinates to there. So if for some reason you can't find me, I might be in the Nibbles demi-plane of stones, rocks, and
Yeah, we'll
Boulders.
we'll set up the demi-plane network between the two of us.
Okay.
Then.
all right.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll real quick. No.
Yeah. 32.
You're pretty sure if you modify the Arcana mechanical component to the door, maybe with the help of Faust, you could probably install a dial that would make the door go either to the Grove of Mujurine or the Verdant Vault.
Oh, cool.
So you can go ahead and put a.
That makes putting the
Yeah.
furniture in a lot easier, because otherwise we would have had an hour to do it all.
I will say that's a downtime activity for Faust for 200 Tinker's Tools.
Oh, easy peasy, and then I can assist them.
That Noggle can assist with. So Leon, you can go ahead and put that in your sheet if you want to. You're muted, my friend.
How should I call it?
Just demi-plane door. What the dial?
Calibration.
Yeah.
Demi-plane door calibration. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, you can install other demi-planes in the door by doing magic and technology stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just so you know, no, I don't actually know how this works. I just listen to the voices that I hear inside my head.
Good to know.
That's comforting.
Well, let me know if the voices ever say like "kill the gnome" or something, because I would interested
No.
in that.
There's no reason to kill you yet.
You
Yes,
should, by the way,
Oh,
looking at his notes as you are in the his sanctum, Faust, you could probably help him out with some of the mechanical stuff tied to the door. So, if you want to do that, Faust, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah. So should I make the rolls for the door first?
I think we're taking Alex. Alex, you have 14 rolls left, so you can just start by, if you just want to do tough, you can just roll 14 or until you finish the tough feat.
14.
Yeah, because I did a miscalculation. You had 2 more days of travel. Because
Oh, 2 extra days. I thought you meant we had 2 more days of travel straight rather than 10.
No.
Rather than 5. Okay.
know,
So yeah,
I was-
I'll. Sorry.
If you want to shake things up a bit, there's actually quite a few brawls down in the kitchen, like perhaps get some different people to work with instead of just Bjorn.
I feel too much of affinity with Steve. I've had some conversations with him, and I feel that I may implode if I do go in the same room with him for too long. I'm
Go
going to
talk
pass
to
on that
yourself.
one. Yeah, I'm just going to talk to myself for half an hour. No, that's fine. You carry on with it. I mean, he sounds awfully gauche. So no, I'm going to keep and I'm just basically doing the thing with the ropes where you just go like that constantly. I'm just going full sort of really getting the most out of my gym membership on this boat. And yeah, I'll just smash through 14 rolls.
Bjorn is helping you, like, just putting on a rope so you can hold on.
Just shouting at me, basically.
Yeah.
2. That's quite slow for me at the moment. 3. Get rid of some tabs. 4. Oh, that's a natural one. I don't know what happens there.
No. The next one's just a net one.
Okay.
That's
Fine.
2. All right.
Uh,
It's a really good
so
roll for
that's
you.
6, alright. 7.
Really getting to see what Alex's luck is on
8.
D20s.
God.
This is holding up.
9. You had to say it, didn't you?
You want to use the inspiration for one of those?
Dude, you haven't rolled over a 10 yet. This is
Yes, I have. That's funny.
There we go. No, it's still
11.
no. Oh, okay, that's a 19. That's all right.
Well,
12.
this seems to be much more like Oz rolls.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, as soon as you call him on it, it goes up and then it starts to slowly decline.
14.
You
No,
want to
I'm
use
going to
your-
hold my inspiration for now.
All right, you're halfway there.
I'm halfway there, dead 50.
Yeah, tough is a really, and you're even using your charisma to go there because I guess you're doing it with your magic stuff, right?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame you don't have athletics or acrobatics. That would have helped you. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't build this character to be spec'd in anything at all, really. But yeah,
It's beautiful. All right, so you just spend the rest of your fucking trip doing calisthenics.
pretty much, yeah.
All right, but hey, halfway there is halfway there.
I'll take it.
You know what? Go ahead and put +1 hit point per level in.
Well, some halfway there. Okay, so that would be.
Nice.
So I've
you
got
can-
16
you
extra
can,
health.
so you can go in. You can add the halfway there tough. So,
I'm on-
Half
fucking
tough.
upgrade.
You have the half tough feat.
half tough. Yeah.
That puts me on 100 and 150.
1.5 elf.
Oh, you have one more hit point than I do.
Yeah, eat shit.
He's
Dude, you
half
have
grown
one more
off.
hit point than the wizard. All right, don't fucking...
The frontline fighter, Warlock, has one more hit point than the wizard. Yeah.
All right. Noggle. Oh, actually, let's do Faust first. If you want to finish the shield thing first.
Yeah, I will try to finish that.
Yeah. You have 14 rolls, so let's see how many. It
You know
takes
what?
for
Why don't I assist you in 7 of those? You assist me in
So
7.
that doesn't count because 20s explode. You get to roll another one for free.
Why don't you roll them? I'll assist you with the shield spell. You said I could, right? So why don't you give 7 an advantage, and then you give me 7 an advantage? We'll
Yeah.
assist each other.
Can I do that? Can I do that? A roll?
Yeah, we'll just say those 2 rolls was one with advantage. But
Well, it's
because it's
already
at
added.
20, you get to roll another straight roll. So yeah, just take these and we call it one roll, and then you can do the next 6 with advantage.
Advantage. So it's the third one?
Second,
second-
because
second.
20
The
is
second
explode.
one.
Yeah.
The second one.
We just need to
This
be
is the
careful
third
because
one.
this is going to add these on automatically.
4.
This is the fourth.
There we go.
All right, and then
Another
on that
natural
20. So you
I just
totally
want to
use.
say that I do have rolled a lot of natural 20s even with fears.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
really
Alex.
a lot of net.
You'd love to see it.
Hey, Alex, you see those
Don't
rolls?
say it. Don't say it.
You see,
That's how
My
you do
rolls,
it.
my rolls have been very good up until like.
So this
just
would
now.
be the fourth
So,
one.
sure.
Yeah, so
This
no, you
would be
only
the
spend
fifth
3.
one.
You,
yeah, 3.
Yeah, well, this is already the free one. So the fifth one, this is the sixth one.
oh, but you already got it, didn't you?
No, this is not for Demiplane. I
Yeah.
thought.
Okay.
So yeah, this is for Nongol stuff.
Oh, sure.
Sixth one, and this is with advantage because Nonga and me were.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So this is the seventh one. This is the eighth one. This is the ninth one.
Yeah.
This is the 10th one. This is the 11th one. This is the 12th one. And this is the 13th one.
Nice.
So you have
We've made
you
the
have
dial.
one more. You have one
Yeah,
more.
but I
roll
will.
left.
I don't really have any project, so I will spend
Okay,
the last
okay.
bit of downtime just to get to know people better.
Probably give Noggle advantage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me one advantage on the door.
4,
and
5, 6, 7. Yeah, right. So, you, I'll say go ahead, Noggle. You spent 7 of your 14 on Faust, so you have 7 rolls with advantage. You can do yourself.
Okay. 2,
Oh, that's. Oh yeah.
4,
Good lord. Jesus Christ.
5, 6, 7.
The 7th gets you through on the last night.
My door is open. I have dials and everything.
Finishes the door, and you have a dial, so you can choose between like a green crystal that you borrowed from Oust, or the standard, which is the Grove Murine.
And also this. Can I make it so it's 3? So can I have this stone on it too? And that's Nibble's realm.
Yeah, sure. You can
Just
have-
think,
you can have
because
a
I
pebble
know that maybe someone else knows where Ost's thing is, and someone else knows where the Grove is. So this could be like a separate little, like, oh
Sure.
fuck, we need to get out of here. It's also when I banish Nibbles, that's where he goes.
Also, how much magicite do you have left?
How much magicite do I have left?
We got a lot, didn't we? Because Torgan picks up a load from.
I
I
used
have
all of it.
650 magicite, and I have 1 lump of magicite composite material that
Go ahead, and you have used all of that to finish the door.
I've used all of it to finish the door. Okay.
Yeah, but if you have a look at your downtime, you also have to pick up magicite for the door. So I'll just say all of you have is the material.
I still have 1 ounce of it because I used some during the
But
battle.
that's the corrupted magicite. You don't want that for this because then you'll just end up in a dinner plane you don't know.
Okay, but I have the lump of magicite
exactly.
composite material because I only had 650, and according to that downtime, I would need another 200. So we just say I use that lump of composite and then turn that into
that's
it?
fine.
Okay, I'll just take that off then. Lump of
So
composite
if you
off.
delete that, we can just I'll just put this in as 875, boom, and it should be done. There you go.
Perfect. We don't have any more magicite, except for the bad shit. What do I
call it
have
the good shit.
clairvoyance and global invulnerability on here for?
I don't remember.
I'm just going to delete them. I don't remember why they're there.
Yeah.
And I had athletics for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I got
can-
the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, and I figured I was all trained in
No.
athletics. But then something else happened during downtime, and I didn't even bother.
That's fine. Good job, guys. All right, getting all those things off.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, all my
Did I-
downtime's
did I-
done. I have no more downtime.
Did-
It's perfect.
Did I hear right that there were 2 more days? Because I think I was maybe missing
Yeah.
some rolls.
So you have 14 rolls left.
Oh fuck! Here we go again.
Wait, 14 more rolls? For
Yeah.
for-
No. You have 10 left, but because I did a wrong calculation, you actually have 14 left because there's 7. The trip is not 10 days; it's 12 days.
Yeah.
So if I already roll all the other ones, is it... Sorry,
4 more rolls.
4 more for 2 days? Is that right?
Yeah, but you only rolled 10 out of 20.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because you get 2 checks per day, so we get 24 checks each total.
I see. Okay, so I need 14 more. Then. Jesus Christ.
So one morning, Torgan, as you're out on the deck, the captain of Southwestershire goes over to you. Ah, Mr. Torgan, great to see you. Very good. I see you've been spending a lot of time in the kitchen, haven't you?
Yeah, quite a nice lad, that Steve. It's been quite an experience.
Yes, Stephanie is the best of his kind. I'll give him that. That's perfect. He makes the most wonderfully drab food. He's not any good with a hedge clipper, though, I will tell you that.
What the fuck? Okay.
But it takes all kinds.
If Steve had it his way, there would be a whole just sofa in the front garden, and just other just dumped goods.
You know, he used to be a powerful crime lord back in New Earth.
He did talk a lot about crime being the secret ingredient. So I'm not surprised.
He had something called a fisticuffs club that they were not supposed to talk about.
That explains a lot, actually. That explains
first
a lot.
roll?
Yes, the fisticuffs club. Well, they blew up a bank, but then he had to flee because of all the angry halflings. So, well, that's why we got him. I was looking to have so. He's a magician with peace, I will tell you that. So, because tonight is a harvest moon, I will ask you to take these geese down to the kitchen and make some beef Wellington for all of us.
Some geese Wellington.
Goose Wellington, the best kind of Wellington.
You know what? I'll give it a bloody good go, but I've learned a little bit about the cooking part.
Yes, quite. Back to the hedge clipping. Come on, dogs. Persephone,
Right.
yes, that is little girl.
Strange slots, all of them.
Just
Speaking of
it's
sane
like-
people, I'm going to go down to Steve.
No. You have to bring the geese. There's just 7 geese tied to the mast.
They're tied to the mast.
Yeah, how do you think the ship gets pulled? Like,
No, they're just yeah.
They double up as a
They're
foghorn
just
as well.
angrily hissing and honking at the sailors as they're trying to, kind of clip the hedges. Honk.
Okay.
honk.
All right, I guess we're doing this then. I'm just going to crack the whip and literally just try to lasso these geese down from the mast.
Let's just say, for the sake of brevity, that you somehow, in a convoluted Guy Ritchie sequence, managed to get the geese down to Steve.
Like the fucking geese.
For some fucking reason, they trust me to actually make food, so we're doing something with this, apparently.
Top one. Right, we'll do them in a minute. We're almost finished with the clam nog. Right, now. What have I told you? Shut it.
I'll
Shut
just leave
it.
these in the corner.
Just flick one of me head. Shut it.
He just
Now.
dangles a goose.
What have I told you through and through the secret ingredient in this clam nog is going to be?
Crime and a lot of junk.
Abso-bloody-lutely. Now, if you'd like to follow me over to the second pantry,
Second,
He goes
pantry,
over.
no. Like
And opens the
90% of this boat is his kitchen's hell kitchen.
he opens the door, and
Insane.
there is a bound and gagged red shirt.
Please tell me we're not putting him in the Peru. That's what, please.
Not all of him.
Oh,
No, every drink of note has a little something extra, a little bit of love that goes in just to top it off. Now, don't worry, we're not putting that kind of love in.
Please let me go.
You fuck it! I'll just headbutt him. He just goes, shut up.
yep, Guy Ritchie movie.
Now, if you'd like to pass me those hedge clippers,
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure why you even have these in the kitchen, but there you go.
You're gonna find out real
Some.
quick.
you are right now. Normally we go for someone else, but these dickless sons of fuckers don't have that kind of business, so we're going to take a tow. Tell you what now. This little piggy went to New Ref. This little piggy went home.
Oh no.
This little piggy went to Rafajar.
No. No.
This little piggy was a gnome. This little piggy went to Skyref. This little piggy wasn't a piggy at all. Oh my goodness. Who'd have thought it? This little piggy is missing for some reason, but this little piggy goes in our clam nog. And he kind of just puts a bowl straight under just the heavily bleeding stump. It's like, we'll save that for later. And he goes, right. Now,
I guess gotta make use of what you have at hand, right? Like, I guess.
or at foot, in this case.
I see what you did there.
I'm a cheeky fucker. Right, so, what we're going to do is we're going to clean the toenails, we're not discussing, and then we're going to put it in.
Are we just gonna leave this guy in the pantry? Is that fine?
No, you're absolutely right. He pulls a lever and it just drops him out the bottom of the ship.
Ash, you can just hear the sharks.
Right.
The sharks are actually in the bilge. Well, just keep it.
Can I just say,
Right,
Steve,
surprisingly efficient garbage disposal, I must say. Quite the ship.
man, Steve is my favorite NPC.
And I do
Yeah.
really well.
Right then.
Like top tier, S tier.
Steve just drops this like pretty chunky big toe in Torgan's hands. He goes, "Would you like to do the honors?"
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. Okay, sure.
Pull over a small step ladder. There you go,
Should
chick.
should I be hiding after putting this in? I'm not sure how volatile this one is.
Steve's gonna roll a d20. We'll see.
Fair enough. And I'm just gonna gingerly drop it in.
Nope.
I'm gonna roll another one.
Like it's like the
Run.
Run.
Glamnock has taken like it's
Make
usually
a
like
saving throw.
Just leaping out of the way.
yeah, make a tech saving throw, both of you. I guess Steve's dex is +3. And he's
Sure.
proficient, so go ahead and add plus. Well, I don't know. He's probably high level. +8 to that.
Okay,
course
so
it's
it's like a
not
30-20. Something like just like a tendril of something just kind of flips out, like it's been like the egg clam log is animated in itself, but then it's kind of didn't expect that.
He begins to honk uncontrollably.
Right.
Shut it. Right.
Quite
well,
interesting. I mean, there's gonna be quite the fucking kick to that one when you drink it. That's for sure.
and he's like rushing over and just like hammering the pins into the top of the barrel again. It's like, right, would you would you like to do the honours for the first tasting of the finalised brew? Does it have a name, this finalised brew?
Oh God! Don't tell the party what their names.
What was it you said? Melt your face off, fucking melt your face off brew. I think it was something along those lines.
Yeah. The melt your face off, fuck face reserve. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, just
Melt
call
your
it the
face
fucker.
off. Fuck face reserve.
I like that. It has a nice ring to it.
Melt your face off.
It.
Fuck face reserve. Write that down. That's the name of our adventuring group. Sorry, Leon,
Alright,
you had a good story, but this is fucked up. We're the melt your face off. Fuck face reserve.
So when you write that down, I guess you have 10 doses of this, and if it's ingested, you have to make a DC 20 con save or be poisoned for 24 hours.
And you know, the weird thing is, most of the time when things are these weird fucking names, it's kind of an exaggeration. But when they find out there's a bloody fucking toe in it, they might actually start to believe it's real. So I like it.
There we go.
And I'll have a sip of it. How did you say it works? Should I make a con save?
Yeah, DC 20 con save or get the poison condition for 24 hours.
Was that what it was? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it cannot be cured by magic either.
Well,
You're a dwarf.
I'm
so-
resistant to
yeah.
poison. So 26.
Yeah. So you have advantage on the saving throw.
Yeah.
But anyone that you get to drink a dose of this, which is a big mug of it, they will make a DC 20 con save, or they'll be poisoned for 24 hours, and it can't be, you can
So
cast all the fucking magic you want.
And needless to say, you're probably drunk after you drink it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is like enough to count as a dose, but I'm definitely like putting a little shot glass down in the mess and kind of just giving it a little taste. Oh, it's quite nice actually.
Torgan, it's been an honour. And he cheers it and then downs it, and he rolled a 3 in his con save, and he just falls flat on his back.
Stresses the fuck up. Go ahead, Anton, and roll. You have 14 more rolls with advantage from
Well,
the
fuck,
scene.
now I'm fucking stuck alone with the geese, and I don't know how to fucking cook. This is gonna be... Yeah, shut the fuck up. We'll get to you in a second.
Hopefully it's not Canadian geese or they're attacking.
You!
Sorry, how
Help
many
me!
rolls?
Help me! We just hear from down this time.
I just pulled the lever to close the hedge again.
Also, Torgan, you realise it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, which is about when the other two guys come in.
Oh right, fuck. Just let me put this on the lid. I'll be there in a minute, and I kind of just go into a fisticuff position and come on and fucking bring it on.
Go ahead and give me a straight up athletics roll here.
All right, let me just put my downtime roll on hold. Let me close that. I would like to use sorcery point to reroll that. This is very important. 16.
With a little help from otherworldly shadow monster inside of you, you manage to beat the shit out of these two. They get up, nod.
They get up, shake his hand, they're like, right, lovely. Oh, sorry, I'm Dave, by the way. I'm Steve's brother. Is it out for the count?
Sorry, one more time. Your nose is a bit fucked. Sorry, what did
Is
you
he
say?
out for the count? Is he?
Oh yeah, he had this really nice brew. I think it was a bit too much for him. You should have a taste. But actually, do you know how to make any kind of fucking food? Because I'm stuck here with 7 geese and I don't know what the hell to do.
Do I? Yes, I do. Yes, no, I can help out with that, actually, yeah.
Thank fucking God, because I'm fucking
Go ahead.
curious. Come on, then.
Go ahead and roll me a. Roll with. I'll just say perception roll, because that's wisdom. And I guess these guys also have -1 with advantage. Oh, you managed to help. With Torgan's help, Dave managed to make a really nice Goose Wellington.
So
And he's like, I
fucking
think that's a job well done. Knocks back a fig and just drops down on the floor next to the other guy.
I'll fucking cheers to that, and I'll kind of scoop up a little bit more of the drink.
Try to knock
Me a
yourself
con
out.
save.
Everyone's
Wait,
waiting for in the mess hall for dinner. What the hell's taking them so long?
26.
You don't know why everybody is just going under.
It's really nice. I think people fucking love this. This is great.
When you walk out the room, you realise that your perception of colours, like from within that room and outside, has been vastly warped by the vapours in there.
You've become red-green colorblind from this drink. Bjorn is not fine. Bjorn,
Oh, you're looking a little bit fucked up there, Bjorn. I think you should. You'll just sit in the corner next to the
Faust is
keys. You'll be fine.
What do we drink?
No.
What do you call it?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, this is.
I don't know why everyone keeps passing out. This is fantastic.
Bjorn
This is
goes
melt your
overboard and
fucking
takes too
face
much of it.
off. Melt your fucking face off reserve. It's quite nice. Hopefully, I think it might honestly be one of a kind. I don't think I'll ever be able to make a masterpiece like this again. So
yeah.
enjoy it.
Props to
about
the cook.
Sure, I've got 12 con. I will say, I reckon that if anybody rolls a natural 1, they should be under the effects of the slow spell.
Yes.
Feeble
The
mind.
poison
conflict.
and slowed.
Feeble mind.
Go ahead and write that in. Yeah, Austin is fucking done too.
All right, I'll
But you're just pissed, I guess.
So,
I'll,
Right. Go ahead and add this to the brew. If
Jesus Christ.
you roll that one, you are under the condition of the slow spell. If you fail by more than 10, you're knocked out instantly.
let's get
Right.
on.
So
Boss, get
DC
up.
10.
It doesn't work.
Oh, sorry, DC 20. Okay, yeah. This is fucking great. This will come in handy, I'm sure.
The magic doesn't work.
Oh,
It's really weird.
Yeah, this is potent. This is, believe it or not, no fucking magic. Just a lot of love and crime. It's really nice.
Right.
You hear like the ghost of Obi-Wan in your head. Always remember the crime.
Oh, sorry, so 14 downtime rolls was that?
With advantage, go ahead.
Jesus fucking.
I don't
Oh, yeah, I
know,
forgot about
but reminded of like the Futurama episode with the cooking. It's just on the water with a little bit of cocaine.
It's being a little bit laggy, so this might take a
It's
second.
fine. 4, 5, 6,
God, it's being very laggy.
7, 8, 9, 10, and that's 11,
I feel like I'm really fucking learning a lot. This is lovely.
12, 13, and 14.
There we
How
go.
far off are you?
I am 74% now, so we're getting there.
so
Did you say I get cooking proficiency as well now?
Yeah, I actually went ahead and added that to your.
Oh, nice, nice.
You can also add the item if you want to.
Oh, cooking supplies, right? Yeah, sure. I'll clean the hedge clippers and I'll pocket that as part of the supplies.
you're getting ready for some sort of cook thing, and also you pulled. What the fuck do you need this for? In case people have feet.
Listen, my teacher was a good man with a very particular style of cooking, alright? Don't fucking disrespect the craft.
Look, when I said it gets you legless, I meant it.
All right. So before we end for tonight, and we will enter New Wrath and in the next session. Aust, I believe you wanted to contact us.
Yes. Yeah. I'll. Well, should we try out the door for the first time?
I would love to. Look, I put a new
Did they
dial
play
in
it?
it. It could take us to different places. It's actually quite nice.
Quick question: is any of the furniture ready?
Oh, yeah. You go down to the
This ship is full of fucking insane people.
to the guy who just does leather upholstered furniture, and he and there's just like all of the things you asked to in somehow green tinted leather. Everything is like in a Chesterfield upholstery.
Excellent. All right. In which case, I'll get it with the help of Bjorn. Kind of. Oh, yes. Did we agree on a price? I'll be careful with those kind of words, my friend.
I think
Let's see.
like a fair price would probably be what, 50 gold or something.
Oh, 50 gold, happily. Yep, I will. I'll hand over 50 gold
He just
of my own money.
puts it in a big drawer just filled with gold coins, shoves it closed.
And yeah, then I'll get Bjorn and Co to help me arrange this stuff in there. Basically, I want like a conference call type sort of setup in the middle of the room with the table and chairs, just so when I contact Sophie, we could like all be in there to do it.
Before you leave, like the guy sits down with his goose Wellington. He takes a big bite and then he pulls a feather out of his mouth. And then Steve and Dave and I guess who's the last guy?
Oh, Bob.
Steve, Dave, and Bob help you carry down the furniture.
You've just got two Steve and Dave's going, oh fucking hell, what are you fucking doing? I don't fucking know. Shut up. What the fuck? Then they get in a fight halfway up the stairs.
Come on.
Halfway down the stairs, there's a heist scene and then a car chase. Guy Ritchie, right?
Yeah. You fucking what? Yeah. And they leave it.
All right.
They
So-
drop it all off.
Who does the honors of opening the door the first time?
I will.
You
be
clamber
around.
up
Actually, you
on the
know what?
stool.
No, I'll. Yeah. First, you made the dial. I'll give you the first honors.
I'm okay. I'm the newbie here, so I'm fine with letting someone else do the honors. That
Very
seems
well.
to be a quite important task.
I'll reach up to the
Nice.
decidedly gnomish placed dial. So everyone's gonna bend down, open it, and I'm like, ah,
Down
perfect. Yeah, let's go to the Verdant Shard.
So as you turn the dial to the green crystal, it kind of lights up. You see like light and lightning kind of flicker across the door as it's activated. You see like the steel reinforced runic kind of magically arcane inscribed door that is just like in a big holder, like in fucking Monsters Inc. You just see how the door changes from just a regular metallic door into like a big green crystal door, just as it just hums like the shard does.
As you step over the threshold, like just for like a brief fraction of a second, you hear an inordinate amount of whispers, and then it just silence once you're in the room.
I didn't
Hello.
program that. That's not my door. That must be your chamber.
It's one of mine, don't worry. Welcome to the Verdant Vault.
Can you describe it?
Just put
for
the chairs over there, and at the moment it is an empty green crystalline room. It looks like there is there's kind of like various sort of daces of just like flat areas, which kind of have there's a few that resemble members of the party, and there's other members that kind of almost like sort of smaller doorways in the walls, which might line up with somebody we know or who is dialed into the confluence. There's a load of blank ones as well. Oh, so
I think it's missing just one thing, though, isn't it? I'll take out a flower pot full of soil.
oh, you cheeky bastard!
I'll plant a bean in it.
What do you roll?
Oh no.
Oh shit! 1d6 plus 6 streakers sprout from it.
That's nine triggers come out. CR17, the mushrooms.
They just come out
It
start
gets a
screaming,
scream.
and they try to attract danger.
Jesus! I mean, Arkan.
You know, during these times, I'm kind of bothered that I have such big ears as an Oxodon.
So we kill those shriekers. I
Yeah, I'll just be like, bonus action, just divine word and kill them all.
Right.
I take the pot
We're
back.
quite done.
I take the pot back and I'll put it back in my bag of holding. I need to use these beans. I'm not going to be one of those players that has 8 beans left at the end of the campaign. Damn it, I'm using them all. Or you better not give us a deck of many things. You know what happens.
No.
I'm
boy.
pulling the void, and then you know that I am.
So you, this is
So
time for your-
I'll set everybody around the table. Everybody has their own space. That will be your space. I don't care where it
Really
is.
nice furniture. I'll have this chair over here. Looks nice.
It's really weird that the round table is leather upholstered.
Wait, no. It's scratch proof. It's quite nice. And yeah, I'll try and dial in to
Let
Refurious of this.
me Let me see. Do I even have his fucking name? I was just calling him Cephis. Evan, don't help me now. Let me just check. Otherwise, we'll just call him Cephis and. One second here.
Are these like rings turning around us?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Slowly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like another like after a while, like another tabaxi in this green black kind of smoke turns up. Glowing verdant kind of crystals where his eyes are supposed to be. As he kind of looks at you. Well, hello.
Hello.
You are the oust that the others told me about, yes?
I certainly am Oust. Yes. Nice to meet you.
So,
I would ask your name, but I fear that you might not know it right now. That was okay.
My name, I am Cephis.
Yes. Yes. Of course. Yes. Of course. Mr. Cephis, we have a we happen to be coming to your neck of the woods. Very soon. We have like a recommendation, obviously, from your compatriots, but we may be in slightly of a bind. We may need to get ourselves into New Ralph and in front of the king, if possible, with a minimum amount of vision on us.
Oh, are you the ones that the Emperor Lord is also preparing for?
That's it. Yes.
Yes. We work together now.
Oh, good.
He is here now, waiting for you as well.
Excellent.
I will help you, but getting you in unseen will not be easy. Do you, how agile are you and your companions?
I'll look around the group.
Just see like a big armored juggernaut elephant.
Yeah, big elephant man. Agile. It's not necessarily the strong suit of all of our members.
As long as I haven't had too much to drink, I'm quite good at that.
Yes, Torgun's fine.
I think we will
I
find
can be
out.
proficient if necessary.
We might be able to, reduce their sides taken up perhaps and sneak them in somehow. Actually, technically, they could hide in here, and then we could get them out once we get to you, if needs be.
How are you getting him?
How are we getting here to New Ralph?
Yes.
By boat. Currently, we're on our way. Days out.
Is it what kind of vessel?
It is the Crying Knave.
Is that some kind of merchant ship or?
In a manner, it's
pirate
pirates.
ship.
It's pirates.
Let's be fucking honest.
Wooden pirate ship, lots of brewery supplies and stuff on.
Not
So
your
the kind of
best
ship that you do not.
There's large angry geese.
Hedgerows, yes. We probably don't plan on maybe sailing into New Ralph on the pirate ship. That would be silly. But
How all right, I will have a look. See if what is the name of this vessel of yours?
the Crying Knave, I think.
Right. Okay. I will write this information down. I will check if it is actively sought after by the authorities. If it is, it will be a bad way, but doable. If it is not, then, well, a bribe will get you in unseen, hopefully.
Good. I would ask how we will recognize you when we arrive, but I've got a feeling we'll know.
I see. You will contact me like this tomorrow night,
Certainly.
and I will tell you whether or not we go for the one or the other plan.
Excellent.
What if we were to come in by a smaller vessel? Perhaps just us can detach from this ship and take the levitator over.
Do we want the
Actually-
levitator impounded for any reason? It's got a demi-plane doorway on it now.
This is true.
I think when we know if the Crying Knave can come in without being the center of too much suspicion, that would be easier for all of us. If not, well,
Then we'll work on contingencies then.
all right. Until tomorrow night then.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cephis.
that he disappears.
Fast, I know you're quite proficient in tinkering and whatnot, and being a gnome myself. Perhaps for future endeavors, we might want to adjust the levitator, seeing this become kind of our base of operations. I have an idea of a submersible. Never actually seen one created, but could be interesting.
Faust?
What do you think, Fast? Would you like to help me turn the levitator into a submarine? You can paint it yellow. Just shaking its head.
Right. And as we continue on during the night, the sound of Fisticuff's club coming through the door until the Nomad Levitator. We will leave the session here. Thank you all for playing. What a lovely downtime episode with a lot of different bullshit. Thank you, Alex, for as the non-DM to create the best NPC so far. That was really fun.
Thank you, Steve.
What a
Pledge
treat.
my loyalty to Steve.
Yeah. Steve
We
is
know
going
what
to work
happens
in.
if stars now.
Steve is now canon, yeah.
Steve.
Thank you all for playing. This was a really fun time. It was really sad that Jonas's internet connection just fucked him over. We'll take him on and we'll do his downtime until before next session, so he can be part of this as well. That he doesn't lose out on 24 fucking downtime books. You lucky son of guns. Got a lot of you close to that feat you've been wanting, so that's nice. Thank all of you guys for watching, guys and gals. Thank you all for being here. I hope you had fun. We had fun. If you want to see more of this, you can go to our YouTube channel at Epic Boon Productions on YouTube. There's a link down in the description. There's also all the credits for the artwork, etc. So the music that we're using specifically for the stream here. Also, as always, thank you for we would like to pledge our allegiance to Nick, our IT guy. He is also on Twitch at twitch.tv/gaming. He streams a couple of times a week, if I'm not mistaken, Tanner.
At least, yeah.
So until then, thank you all for watching, and always remember, keep in mind, kids, don't talk about Fisticuffs Club. Thank you for tonight. We'll see you next time.
And do
Bye-bye,
cry.
ding dongs.
Do
Yeah,
cry.
the secret ingredient
Bye-bye,
is
ding
quiet.
dongs.
Good boy, ding
Quine.
dongs.